This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 1028 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is an excerpt from the Dressage Radio Show. Justin from Total Saddle Fit joins show co-hosts Reese Koffler-Stanfield and Philip Parks to talk about adjustable trees and custom fitting of saddles. And we'll get right to our tip after this important message from EasySignsOnline.com. With Christmas season fast approaching, it's time to start planning a custom gift that will last for many years to come. Visit our friends at EasySignsOnline.com and browse their unique website for their many custom sign options and styles.
With affordable prices for customized signs starting at $39.95, your holiday gift giving just got easier. Their step-by-step online sign ordering process allows you to choose only the sign options you want and see all the pricing up front. From horse farm entrance signs, vinyl banners, magnetic vehicle signs to stall nameplates, and much, much more for every horse owner. Place your order early to allow plenty of time for Christmas delivery. Check out the website today at EasySignsOnline.com. That's EasySignsOnline.com, or call them at 1-800-640-8180. That's 1-800-640-8180.
We got our winner. We did it.
We have our winner for the Total Saddle Fit listener question. We had so many questions that came in, and Justin from Total Saddle Fit is coming on to announce the winner.
Okay, the winning question comes from Soxtaby. I hope I got the name right. It says, "Hi, I'm a physiotherapist, which causes me to compare saddle fitting to orthotic fitting. I have trouble understanding how riders feel that one tree setting can fit all horses when there are hundreds of various musculoskeletal body shapes horses have on their top line. What are your thoughts on adjustable saddles and just the custom fitting overall, Justin?" I thought this was a pretty good question.
I think it's a great question, and it's one that applies to so many people. So here we go with my answer. Now, there's levels to this, because obviously, in an ideal case, you have one horse, one saddle, and everything is fit perfectly. But that's just not realistic for everybody. So for a saddle that does not have an adjustable tree, if we're just talking about general tree fit, it's good just to err on the wider side, because you can always pad up a wider saddle to get the right balance, as opposed to a narrow one. Now, balance really cuts to the core. As long as the saddle is sitting level, it's not low in the front or low behind or hanging off to one side, you're generally going to be in pretty good shape, because it's about carrying that even weight distribution over the horse's back, not focusing it on one little pressure point. And the only caveat with that is just to be a little bit careful that if you do have a tree that you know you're getting on the wide side, is to not go too wide, which is something that I see probably a little bit more often than I'd like. A rider thinks she's going to take care of her horse by giving him all kinds of shoulder room, which is a noble intention. But in practice, what can happen is if the saddle tree gets too wide, the saddle can sit low in the front, or it could rest on the horse's withers, and you'll ultimately get the inverse effect, because instead of giving them all kinds of room in the shoulders, you're actually creating a pressure point by creating a low point in the front of the saddle or resting on the withers or something like that. Just a little caveat to keep an eye on. Now, as it pertains to the adjustable trees, they are a great concept, and they can definitely be used for a rider on a budget, or maybe a rider with one saddle and 4 different horses or something like that. But there is also a little something to look out for, because when you change, and if you don't really know 100% what you're doing, you can kind of get yourself into trouble every once in a while. So what I would suggest is for anybody that knows well what they're doing, then they could really make a lot of use out of an adjustable saddle with an adjustable tree. But if you're a little bit unsure, to save yourself, all kinds of future vet bills or that kind of thing, I'd suggest getting a saddle fitter out just for, like a 1-hour consultation to give you all kinds of insight into how to use the different tree sizes to help your horse. So that could be, they'll give you padding advice, or, use this gullet plate for this horse and this other one for this other horse or anything along those lines. Also things to look out for, like if the saddle starts doing this or your horse starts reacting that way, well then you might have a problem, so just be careful. But in terms of getting a saddle fitter out, the $100 or $200, whatever that might cost, will be far less than having to buy multiple saddles or pay for a future vet bill or anything like that. So, the adjustable trees are definitely a good concept, but use them with caution.
Well, there you have it. You can find links to today's guests, topics, or products at horsetipdaily.com. And this podcast was made possible through the generous support of EasySignsOnline.com and listeners like you. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.